Started to take the user switch since October, and I noticed my memory is getting better, and also I don't get tired during the day, needing a nap, and I can work through the day with a lot of energy. My husband was diagnosed with dementia 2 years ago, and I have been giving him a lot of supplement that supports the brain. But he did not decline as much. But when I learned about the Numi product, I started giving him the NutraSwish around beginning of November, consistently every day, about 2 or 3 times. And my son, who lives in Oregon, decided to come back to visit us every month so he can spend some time with his dad. Last time he came back in February, he told me, "Mom, for the past 2 times I came back, I noticed Dad is more alert, and also he can carry on a simple conversation with me, which he never does. He is a man of few words, and he does not initiate any conversation." And the time in February, when the day before he was supposed to go back home, and we discussed when he was leaving the next day during dinner. That night, I didn't realize my husband was paying attention on our conversation. He asked me, "Is our son Kevin leaving tomorrow?" I told him yes. And the next morning, he woke up and saw my son still there, and he asked him, "Aren't you supposed to leave?" And my son said, "Yes, in the afternoon." And for the first time, when I was getting ready to take him to the airport in the afternoon, he wanted to come with us to the airport, which he never did previously. And as my son left the car by the airport and took his luggage, my husband also got out of the car, went over, gave him a hug. And later on, after my son got home and called me, and he said, "Do you know, Dad came over and hugged me by the airport and told me he missed me." He never had said anything like that. And I noticed that my husband also engaged conversation with me more, and also he occasionally would crack a joke, which he rarely did, even when he was before he was diagnosed with the dementia. And I am very happy with what NutraSwitch did with him. And for myself, I noticed my memory is really getting much better. And I also started taking the HERS in about November after it was introduced. I have problems sleeping all my life. And lately, I've been sleeping from 11 straight through until most days between 6 and 7. It's a miracle for me. And I'm so happy with all the products that I'm taking. Thank you, Numi.
Josephine, that is just such a beautiful testimonial. I mean, it just warms my heart so incredibly. It just shows how much we are able to help the people that we care about.
Yes.
Because the quality of life change that we can give someone as they age is absolutely phenomenal. So thank you so much for sharing that. I think it gives so many people hope. And you're just a lovely person, and I really appreciate you coming on. I'd love to have you on the call again at some point because a lot of people need to hear what you have to say. So thank you so much, Josephine.
Thank you for having me.
Lovely. Thank you. Okay, so just to be clear, I just want to underline again that we do not claim to treat, cure, or mitigate any specific disease or illness, anything like that. So I just wanted to make that absolutely clear. Our next testimonial is from the delightful Lucy Yee. So Lucy, can you unmute and just hit the mic button, hon? Hit the mic button. There you are. Looking cute as ever.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Yes, this is very spontaneously. Yes, but I'm very happy to be here. Well, I've been introduced to New Me by Carol Escalano. I'm very grateful for her introducing me to this amazing product and this wonderful company. I have many results that I could tell you. So basically, I felt the product. I'm very sensitive to the things I take into my body, and I feel things immediately. So I felt almost within the first week that I handle stress differently, that I sleep better. I feel more energy, more focused. My eyesight has improved, and I've been on the product for about a year now. After about 2 weeks, I started noticing changes on my skin. The oval of, I feel like the structure of my skin has improved dramatically. I love my skin. I've been getting many compliments. I guess the biggest result is that I felt for several years discomfort in my feet, especially when I walked or jogged, and I have not been feeling that discomfort anymore. And just overall, I feel lighter. I am more productive during the day, and I just love the product. And I wanted to add that I'm so excited to be on this call today, and every Saturday I'm so grateful for this calls. And yes, Daniela Herzberg is going to be on today, yay! And I was at her retreat last November, and it was absolutely amazing. It was a detox retreat. I've learned so much about my body, about the 5 elements, how to eat right. She is an amazing cook and an amazing entertainer, so it was just amazing for me.
Thank you so much, Lucy. I really appreciate you, and your skin looks absolutely beautiful. You're just glowing. So thank you so much for being on, and thanks for the help that you've given me this week. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so our next guest is Deborah Pritchard. So Deborah, if you just hit that mic button, we should see you there. There you are. Wonderful. So thank you so much, Deborah, for coming on and being willing to share your testimonial. We really appreciate it and are very excited. So
Hello, can you hear me? Oh my goodness.
honey, yes, we can hear you.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, good,
Yes.
good. So, the reason that I'm on today in particular is because of a fall that I took March 4th. But I want to say first that Lucy invited me to learn about Numi. Lucy Yee, that was just on. She's a friend, a dear friend, and she's always been introducing me to the concepts of health that she learns and we share. And so I knew when she said she had something to share with me that it would be worthwhile. And so I was taking it. I started taking it about the beginning of June, and I didn't take as much of it as I should, but I still noticed that my muscle strength was better, that my head was clearer, that it didn't take as much energy to do anything. It just seemed, I felt younger, much younger, just like, oh, you know, not having to mobilize energy to do normal things. I'm 75, so sometimes, you don't find the energy that you want. So you end up doing less than you want to do, and that's not how I want to live my life. So I'm very excited to have the Numi products. I've been using it on my skin, and the skin quality has improved a lot. I still have, as you can see, I didn't put any makeup on at all because we're going to talk about the fall I took. Still have plenty of wrinkles, so I'm hoping next time you see me, a few months from now maybe, those will be less visible. Anyway, I was feeling really wonderful on March 4th. I had taken a little time off. My sister passed, and I just kind of sat down, and that was kind of like my first day to mobilize. And I went for a walk with my friend, and my toe caught the 2-inch kind of elevation on my side of the sidewalk, and I fell. I did a face plant. I've heard the term face plant. Oh, that's a horrible picture. There's many pictures. Lucy picked one that's incredibly awful, but as you can see, I landed on my chin. My nose has a bruise on the end of it. My forehead, I heard it like a melon when it hit the pavement. Oh. And I didn't, I'm 75. I was able to get up. My friend tried to help me, but there was a fence there, and I was able to pull myself up and sit down, and my mouth was bleeding. My teeth, I have teeth prints under my lip. I don't think you can see them in that picture, but my lip went inside, and so I have a hematoma that formed under my chin. You probably can't tell it, but that's a hematoma, and then one under my lip those are both still there. But as you can see, I turned very, very black and blue, and I think that's the second or third day, and it even got worse by the fourth and fifth day. But shortly after, like the following Wednesday, which I fell on a Monday, so about 9 days later, much of the black bruising had kind of dissolved. Now this is 3 weeks. It would be 3 weeks the next day. That was last Sunday. Those are my two daughters. We were at the ocean spreading ashes for my sister. And anyway, you can see I still have some swelling in my jaw and my chin, and the hematoma under my lip and under my chin, which is kind of pulling things, and it bothers me, but I really feel like I got up like I was 7, not 75 off of that pavement. And I think that it's because I was feeling strong and feeling youthful and feeling young, that somehow the impact was very much less than it would have been, because I interfaced with the fall differently than I would have if I hadn't been on Numi for those months. So I'm so appreciative. I love Numi. I think the company seems to be so supportive, so smart. I think the products are amazing, and I tell my friends, and now I'll be telling them even more. Josephine's testimonial, I had to wipe tears from my eyes. It made me so happy to hear how her husband has been responding. So many people need help with their health, and we know that glutathione helps the whole body to do what it needs to do. So I feel like I'm very blessed to have recovered so well, and also just to know about Numi and have something that I can share with other people, to help them have more happiness and ease in their life.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Deborah, for taking the time to come on and share that with us today. I understand how you feel. I appreciate it very much. I know I took a fall last year and I was so grateful for the Mimi with regard to my recovery and just, how I handled it as a senior. And so thank you, Deborah. Thanks so much.
You're very welcome.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so now I'd like to introduce our guest, but before I do, I just wanted to point out that there were a lot of connections between the people that you just heard. One person had told another, and as we link arms, we make such a dramatic change, as I said, in the quality of people's life as they age. We're really giving something to people that's very precious. So I am always so grateful when I hear these testimonials every Saturday. Some of them bring tears to your eyes. And so I'm also extremely grateful that Numi, more than any other company I've ever worked with, is attracting some of the best doctors and healthcare professionals out there, people who really want to make a difference in people's lives. And we have one of those people here today. Her name is Daniela Hertzberg, and she's a multifaceted professional. She's an author on health and nutrition. She specializes in developing health-related programs, and she works with clients globally. She's a lecturer at the Ethno Health Academy. She conducts nutrition and health workshops across Europe and online. Additionally, she offers personal coaching in health and nutrition and female empowerment. She's got a really diverse portfolio. And as I said, she's authored numerous books and articles in German, French, and Spanish. She has a very distinctive approach and is characterized by her personal engagement and inspiration, and it's earned her a lot of acclaim. For the past 23 years, she's resided on an organic farm in the Canary Islands with her partner Roger, and there they host retreats that help people transform their diet and lifestyle. So I'm very excited about having her on. So Daniel, can you unmute the mic button?
Yes, I can. And thanks for the introduction. I'm blushing.
Oh, well, you really deserve it. You are something that's so special. As I said, I'm looking at working out some sort of a game where, team members can win a trip to your islands and take
Yeah,
part.
that would be great.
It's so fun, it's so fun. I just wanted to quickly show, I think I've got a couple of pictures of one of your retreats.
So did you? Yes.
Some of the
It was amazing. It was amazing having Lucy and part of the team over, and we had such a good.
Yeah, let me just see if I can find this one here.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
There's Skinny there. Yeah, I love that. And then here's one. You're a stupendous cook, and everybody gets to eat all these wonderful things. So
yeah, we had cooking classes as well.
Yeah, I just wanted to show people how fun this is. And so Daniela, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, and then you can riff and share whatever you like, because we always are very conversational on this call and we share from the heart. But how did you get involved with Numi? I mean, I'm sure that in your position you're offered a billion different products.
Yeah,
I'd love to know how it started for you.
Yeah, I knew Lucy from a collaboration with another company where I'm still a coach. You mentioned the Ethno Health Academy. So we met over that, and I organized some workshops and telling her teachings about the 5 elements and the Chinese astrology way to look at health and the Chinese medicine way to look at health. And at one point she came to me saying, I have got something new, I want you to try it. And I was actually looking for glutathione, to put a product with glutathione, because as I'm specialized in detoxing with people, it's a very, very important peptide for detoxing, glutathione. Because I don't know whether you know that, but actually if you are detoxing, you need, there's the first phase of the detox saying, okay, just break down the toxins in tiny bits, but those tiny bits actually can be more dangerous for your body than the whole thing. And you need, full stop, you need glutathione to make sure that those little parts of the different toxins don't have a bad effect to your body. And glutathione helps to get those parts either to the kidneys when it's water soluble, or to your liver to detox. So I was really looking for a product with glutathione, and so I was pretty excited when Lucy said, I think I got something for you. So she sent me over a product, and I tried it a little bit, and then I just ordered a 3-month supply because I wanted to go on a bigger trial. So as you already said, a lot of people offer me their products to work with, and I'm always trying everything myself first. So I had to check for me, just doing a detox with it to see how I feel, doing a detox with some of my clients with it to see how it combines with what I'm normally recommending, and I was blown away. So the effects on us, first on the detox, and it's something that it is easy. It doesn't taste horrible, because normally you make people drink a lot of green juices and nutrients and everything, which the taste sometimes is a bit, you have to really to really want to do that, to really go for it. And so that was amazing. The effects were immediate. So much shorter period of side effects during the detox. That's what I noticed right away. So normally you have, like, depending on the stage or the amount you have to detox, you have really problems with headaches and your skin, or you can't get off the toilet. And so there are a lot of things, or you're not feeling well, you're feeling very tired. And it's normally like 2-3 days, or sometimes it's even a week. And I noticed that when I integrated the Swish into my detox program, that was much shorter. So it was, some didn't have any side effects on it, so no headaches, nothing at all. And the maximum was 1 or 2 days. So that was amazing on the first part. So I thought, I need this for my clients. But then I noticed, as all the other speakers already mentioned, I noticed that I myself, my focus was so much better, my concentration was better. And I'm quite an energetic person, so I have a lot of energy to go, but even I feel tired once in a while. That was going even less. So that was really brilliant for me, and something I noticed on myself as well. As I'm a lot in the kitchen and I'm a lot working with my hands, and I have a family history with arthritis, I tend to get really pain in my finger joints. And I was actually diagnosed arthritis like 30 years ago, which I barely ignored and did all my stuff, and it doesn't affect me a lot. But if I have a retreat like the one I shared with Lucy and Chris, I normally after that really have a lot of pain in my fingers, and never had a problem with that again after I started taking the Swish. That was absolutely amazing. I had a problem with my meniscus for several years, completely gone. So my joints, absolutely perfect. And my husband, who has severe like rosacea in the face, is taking the Swish and spray the skin, and it's got so much better for him. Absolutely amazing. So for me, it was clear, have to work with them and have to start building up my own team here. Absolutely.
Well, that's exciting, and I know that detox has become so important, and I wanted you to talk a little bit more about why it's so vital. I know that I've researched a lot I'm not a health professional, but I research a lot about toxins. Um, and one of the things, Steve Scott, the owner of the company, talked about early on when I got involved with the company was that there had been a study done on babies' umbilical cord blood, and they were searching for 200 of the worst toxins. And he was talking about one study where they found all of the toxins in every case of babies' umbilical cord blood. But recently, if you look on the internet, you'll see that they're talking about the forever chemicals, and there's been 40 tests, and they range all over the world. And there were 30,000 vials of babies' umbilical cord blood tested, between 40 different studies. And what they found, they were testing for these toxins, what they found was that all of these test subjects, all of these little babies, their umbilical cord blood had these horrible toxins, like things that come from Roundup. And so even if you live in a very pristine area of the world now, they're finding the forever chemicals in them. And so Earth has changed so dramatically in even just the last 10, 20 years, so dramatically. So it's so interesting to me that your program focuses on detoxification. I know that I used to be a real fan of, I still am, of Louise Gittleman. She wrote books quite a few years ago. So many people try to lose weight. They'll try everything to lose weight. They'll starve themselves. But she said that until you detox, you'd never lose weight permanently. You could starve yourself, but then you wouldn't lose weight. So I just would like you to maybe just touch on the importance of detox, because I know that area.
Yeah, I can do that. On top of that, you have to say the moment you're losing weight, your body is storing all the toxins in your fat cells. So the moment you're reducing the fat cells because you're losing weight, all these toxins go into your body. So there is no losing weight without detox because it's harmful for the body on top of it, obviously. So that's the first thing you have to keep in mind. The moment you just release toxins in your body, and as you said, from a little baby on, we all have them in our body. I'm quite lucky because I'm living on Canary Islands, organic farm. I have a well, my own spring water. So somebody in the chat said, all the water is contaminated. So I'm getting it directly from the mountain, a kilometer up the hill, and that was the water I provided for the retreat as well. I think that's another thing. If you do the detox in a place where you're not adding a lot of toxins on top of it, because food and water obviously very, very, very important. But if you don't clean your body the same time you're losing weight, all these toxins go somewhere else. So maybe to your joints, you get arthritis, joint pains, inflammation, silent inflammations in the body. Huge thing. The doctor I'm working with said actually 85 to 90% of all diseases have the base in a silent inflammation in the body. So you have to make sure that you're detoxing before you're losing weight. And on top of that, obviously, the detoxing helps as well, refreshing your liver, your kidneys, your intestines. And if those are not working, your metabolism is not working. So you're not sticking to your new ideal weight. I'm not a big fan of just losing weight because there is a beauty picture that everybody should be size, I don't know what. I think everybody has this comfort weight, and we have to find out what that is and try to get there. But even then, if you want to hold that one without detoxing and cleansing of your liver and your kidneys and your intestines once in a while, at least once a year, even better twice a year, not working on a long term. And it's not as healthy because, there are a lot of unhealthy diets out there that make you lose weight like this, and but you're gaining even double of it afterwards.
I completely agree, and I think that probably a lot of ladies in the chat, you know, at one time or another, we've all tried to starve ourselves down to a tiny weight, and then as soon as we eat even somewhat normally, there we are again. So, what would you say are, you know, I know you've touched on this, the key, you know, some of the key benefits of glutathione. But would you say everybody needs to switch? Like, would you like to talk about that just a little bit?
I would say yes. I today, as a bit of the preparation as well, I was looking into studies and other health practitioners I'm working with. And yes, it's true, our body can produce and produces glutathione. But then, first of all, you have to give it the right food. And there is one big issue, because the food that we today getting might as well be full of pesticides, chemicals, and anything else that they put in there to make it grow quicker. And even if you get organic food, if you're not taking it out of your garden, the moment until you get it on your table, it already has lost a lot of the vitamins, minerals, and the peptides that you probably need then to build your own glutathione. So I would say yes, in modern world, everybody needs it. Everybody needs to fill up with either Swish and or the skin. The skin is another product that we haven't talked about that a lot, but I think it's absolutely brilliant, not only for your complexion of the skin, but as well, it has the same effect because it is absorbed by the cells, and the cells connected with your blood stream is just going everywhere. So it's just through your mouth, through your face, or wherever you ever put it on. And I'm not, of course, people who come to detox always want to look younger and feel younger, so that's a nice addition. But I think as well, it's a very, very good thing to get everything in your body, on your skin that you really need. So you need both of this.
Perfect. Well, we've really enjoyed having you on today. Somebody said that they don't believe you, that you don't need to detox first before you lose weight, and
No.
I don't disagree. You don't need to detox first, but if you do lose weight before you detox, you're going to have a lot of toxins around.
You can have a lot of side effects. That's what I said, because you have to make sure that if you're getting rid of those fat cells, or in principle, it's just you don't get rid of the fat cells. You just get rid of the fat inside the cells. That's the first thing. But the possibility that the toxins then are released into your system is really, really high. And so I always recommend combining it for that reason, mainly.
Exactly. I think there was just a misunderstanding on that part. But is there anything we've really enjoyed having you on? Is there anything you'd like to wrap up with, or anything like that you'd like to share before we end? It's Easter weekend, so I know everybody probably wants to run out and celebrate and do all of the things that you do on Easter weekend, but we love having you here, and look forward to meeting in person as soon as possible.
Yeah, and then maybe we just because we only touched the detoxing and losing weight bit today, so there's so much more to it anyway. So I'm happy to come back and share some more.
Exactly.
My stuff.
If you'd like to share some more now, something that's important to you, just go ahead and do that, because people are enjoying it so much. And go ahead and share what you'd like to.
I think weight is always a big theme, isn't it? Because I can see that in chat that everybody's like, yeah, losing weight and stuff. That's so important, so important. I just want to just give you a final thought on that, saying it's not that much that you have the ideal weight, is that you feel comfortable in your body. And it's all about, how do I see myself? And some need 5 kilos more or 10 kilos more pounds. You could probably say in Europe we're talking about kilos, and some less. And even in different phases of your life, your body might say, I need a bit more right now. And you should never, ever stress about weight, because the moment you stress yourself, that's not healthy. And the moment you stress yourself, there's more oxidants in your body, and you need more antioxidants, which at some point Numi can help with. But don't stress yourself to be skinny. I'd rather would say just take good care of you to be healthy. And if you're healthy, normally weight follows. So that's my experience as a nutritionist and a life coach. And that's all about how you feel with and in your body. And so that's a bit of my specialty. Maybe we can talk about this next time a little bit more. I was really, really happy to be here and get to know you all. And yeah, that's from me.
Well, thank you. Somebody's asking, they said they'd love to hear about five elements, the five elements.
Yeah.
Now, if you could do that,
Yeah.
that might be a whole call, but if you feel like you could share some of that and how it relates.
Yeah. So it's connected to the system of Chinese medicine, which is a very, very holistic approach to health. And I'm working with the system now for 23 years, and it healed myself. So I'm just happy to tell you about my story with the five elements next time, and give you a little bit of a glimpse how the elements relate to the organs, what kind of food would then be fitting, for example, for each organ, each element, and as well a little bit how the Numi products get into that and can combine with that.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate you being on, and we definitely
Thank you for having me.
to have you on again and find out more about this whole thing. I know Chinese medicine looks at things in a very holistic way, so I love learning about it. We have another speaker that sometimes talks on the elements, and it's greatly enjoyed. So thank you so much for being here, Daniela.
You're welcome.
You're obviously the epitome of health. Look at your skin, you glow. Thank you.
I'm taking Numi on top of it, which helps as well. So
That's wonderful. Well, everybody's saying how much they enjoyed the call today. So thank you very much. I'm going to stop recording. I think that everybody who was on the call today understands how much we are able to help people with their quality of life as they age. It makes a whole different old age. I mean, you can look at somebody in their 70s or 80s. One person is out running on the beach. The other person is, can hardly walk, hardly get off the couch. So as we get older, the care we take of our bodies really shows, and so, and a lot of it can be reversed. And we're seeing miracles all the time with this product. But again, we don't claim to treat, cure, and mitigate any disease or illness. But I think anybody who might have been a guest on the call today can see what a difference this product can make, adding it into your life. For me, when I first took it, I didn't notice any huge change. Like the first day I thought, well, I'm not sure what I noticed. But the second day I was out riding my bike, and normally when I come back up the hill, I'm like poofing. And this time I came back up the hill and I could have just done it easily again. Yeah. And so I realized it's almost like the Chinese Qi or life force, right?
Yeah, it's a bit like it, yeah.
More in the tank. You've got more to draw on. It isn't like a stimulant where, all of a sudden you've got this crazed coffee energy. It's just more, in my opinion, almost more life force. And so it makes a real difference. Then about the fourth day, I happened to be going by the mirror and I went, hey, wait a minute, what happened to that line? It's looking completely different. As we age, one of the reasons a woman looks older is you get these little putchinesses around the face, that are places where toxins and water retention, high, because a lot of the creams and things that we stick on our face, or we have when we're younger, cause like a lot of toxic residue under the skin there. So we tend to get a lot of putchiness in the face and things like that. But you'll notice it go quite a lot with this product. So I really do look 10 years younger than I did before I started it. I look back at pictures 20 years ago and I think sometimes I look younger now. Isn't that interesting? So, but anyway, it's a delight having you. And as I say, if you're a guest and you enjoy the call and want to find out more, just get back to whoever invited you. I'm sure they can point you in the direction of more information or show you exactly how to get the product. So thank you everybody so much for being here. And I'm just going to stop the recording now.
Okay, so I'm off then, am I?
Yes, and but you can stick around if you like, hon.
I stay on the call, but I just go off the.
Yeah, what we do is I change the
Okay,
webinar
everybody.
settings so that we can chat with each